Okay, so I've been wanting to make this video for a little while because this is something that's really important to me, and I figured out maybe last year, and I'm not a master at it, but it was sort of this thought that I had. Let me give some context instead of being general. So, when you're born, you come out, and they're like, oh, it's a boy! And that's like, okay, cool. This is not to discount like things that boys go through, but you're born as a girl and they're like, oh, congratulations, you were born. I have officially signed you up for the competition. You don't get to decide whether or not you participate in it, but it will make your life fucking terrible for the rest of your life. It's a competition that nobody wins, but you spend your whole life trying to win it. You're like, cool, you don't even know you signed up for it. You're like, I just came out of a uterus, it was super warm in there, and I'm pissed, so now, like, my whole life is going to be terrible. So, this is definitely reality, and I never really thought about it when I was younger, but I think about it a lot now. Is the competition that girls you're always signed up for. You're always, it's always, who's the prettiest one, right? Or who's the girl that guys want the most. And like I said earlier, I'm not the kind of girl to like discount things that guys go through. So this isn't like, life is so hard for girls and it's easy for guys or whatever. This is just me talking about my own things. Because I'm a girl and girls can relate to this. But anyway, so there's this competition that you sign up for and you don't know that you signed up for it. And there are things that happen just kind of piece by piece throughout your life that make you feel like you're supposed to be in this competition. And you eventually realize, like, hey, I didn't even sign up for this. Why is this in my brain? Why do I care about this? I'll give you a story of something that actually happened, and I'm going to tell you this happened. You're not going to believe me, but the girls who were there and they know what happened. So we were at this party, and we're probably like 19, 20 years old, something like that. And I didn't go to parties in high school or anything, so I didn't really understand, I don't know, the culture of it. I don't know, that there's just like a lot of douchey people if you're going to like huge ragers in your early 20s. And I was more concerned with like being accepted and being cool, so I didn't want to, act out of the norm, whatever that is, as if it matters. And so we got there, 3 of us girls, to a party, and almost as soon as we got there, this guy by himself came up to us, and he goes, you know what, you 3 ladies are really beautiful. I'm going to pick which one of you I want. And he lines the 3 of us up in front of him and basically just like looks us up and down and stands there for a few seconds and decides who he wants, and he didn't pick me. And at the time, that felt so important, right? Like, oh my god, I'm not the one that dudes want, or I'm not valuable, or it's never going to be me. I'm not going to win the competition, or I didn't win tonight, or whatever. And I really took it to heart. Obviously, as you get older, you realize, like, damn, that guy is a douchebag, and I hope he got herpes and everything else available to him on the STD list, because that's not even human. But the point is, I didn't make that story up. Like, that really happened to me. And there are these little things that happen to you as you're a little girl and you're growing up, and people tell you, like, they obviously are trying to be encouraging, but it's kind of damaging. You're so pretty, or you're this, and you look beautiful doing this, and blah blah blah, and you just really learn to value that so much, and it's like your main competition of your whole life. Like, I could be going for this huge interview, and it's like, oh, my hair doesn't look such and such, or my crooked tooth right there, it bothers me. My crooked tooth is crazy today, or like, as if it gets more crooked every day, or whatever it is. And that's completely irrelevant to an interview, to who I am, and to what my brain is, and my capabilities, and my talents, and all of these things. But it's like, you put so much value on it. So one day last year, I was going out to Montana's, and I decided, you know what? I'm not signed up for the competition tonight. I'm not in that competition. And so, hey, my puppy's crying. Shh. So I went, stop, you're being distracting. So I went out to Montana's, and believe it or not, since I had given myself that talk that night, I'm not in the competition. I'm not here to be the most beautiful girl, and if there's a girl who's really pretty, like, good for her, she's probably having a fun time, but she also probably has real shit that she deals with, and she's just as insecure as I am, guaranteed, because no matter how hot of a girl you meet, like, even Kim Kardashian's like, damn, my ass is huge, right? So everybody has something they're dealing with. So you take it from that perspective, it's so freeing. So I went to Montana's that night. It wasn't flawless because, again, this is a lifetime of just indoctrination into the competition world of being a girl. But I got there and I was like, hey, I'm not competing tonight, right, in my head. And I saw this girl and she looked so good because being a girl, we know we walk in and you're like, who's that girl, right? Who's the girl that's winning or whatever, and who's the one that's the hottest tonight? And she had this like amazing ass, which looks great in short, like Daisy Dukes at Montana's and like boots, and she was so good at the dancing. And I had this moment where I was like, ah, man, like she looks so good, right? And which translates to I'm not good enough, or I don't look good enough. And then in my head I was like, no, good for her. She looks really hot tonight, and she looks like she's having a lot of fun. And I took the lead from her on the dance floor the rest of the night because she was super good at what she was doing, and it changed my night. So if you think about it in terms of that, like, hey, it's like I had an infant. It just cries all the time. If you think about it in terms of that, and you give yourself the option to sign up for the competition, it gives you this new power that I don't think people really explore very often. And I kind of like to think of it like, I used to be on swim team when I was younger, and it's like, okay, what if you're signed up for like these are like little kid races, but like the 50 breaststroke and the free medley and God, I don't know, and then butterfly or something like that, the 50 butterfly, and then like the medley relay comes up, and you're not signed up for the medley relay, so you're just like chilling on the side, waiting for everybody to take off, and they go medley relay, and everybody comes up, and they're like lining up in their suits, putting their goggles on, all this stuff, and you're just sitting there like, oh God, whatever, not really paying attention, and then and you hear, and you race to a diving block, and you jump in the pool, and then you try and race this race that you didn't sign up for. Everybody would be looking at you like, hey, what? Like, you didn't sign up for this competition, so why are you racing so hard? Why do you feel like this race matters to you? And you would get to then go, oh, I came in second, and everyone's like, yeah, but you weren't signed up for the race, so like, why is this important to you, right? And not to say, not like you're not fast enough for that race. That's not what it is. It's that you weren't signed up for the race. So they're looking at everybody else, and that's who's racing, and you're not racing. You're in a different one. So it seems like I'm simplifying something that's really difficult to get over in life. But if you can start to think of your life in terms of that, like wake up in the morning and you say, I'm not signing up for that one today. And people are competitive. I'm not that competitive. But if you need to find something else, find something else. Find something else, some other competition to sign up for. Like how productive can I be today in to a healthy extent, or how many glasses of water can I drink, which is not the same level, but you can find something new to redirect yourself to and a new thing to sign up for. And the who is the hottest competition, no one ever wins it. Every time I go to Vegas, when I'm walking out the door, my dad goes, you can't win today. And the first time he said it, I was like, excuse me? That's really offensive. Yes, I can, right? But hey, no, I can't. Guess what? Every time I go there, there's always some girl with some really long, like, Barbie legs, or some girl with these, I don't know, perfectly tan skin, or huge white teeth, or whatever it is that I decide I'm jealous of in that moment, and she's super hot, or whatever. And the point is, and then I'll go up to a dude, and I'll be like, oh, God, that girl's so hot. And they'll be like, nah, I don't really like girls who look like that, right? So when you bring that into the equation, the fact that guys like different girls, that makes it even more so like, hey, no one ever wins the competition. It's not a real thing. Someone just made it up when you were born. They're like, oh, vagina, here you go. Here's your life. It's going to suck. You're never going to win. Good fucking luck, right? So this is obviously, like I said, not something that I've perfected, but it's something that can, I think, really help. If you just register, oh, that's not for me. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm having fun, or I'm like trying new beers out tonight. Or, I mean, you can walk around and like try hitting on guys. That's really hard to do. And that's like a new adventure and something to try out. Which is more about like just being open and having discussions, not about being the hottest girl in the room. So try that this weekend. You just go out and say, "Oh, that's not in the medley relay. Not jumping in." Someone wants to say hi. Hey, meow. Not in the competition either. Say hi. I'm very small. Bye bye.